we have the frontal lobe, from this, the parietal lobe, all of this, and in green is the occipital lobe, the temporal lobe, and then the insula is there. Here you can see the central gyrus, precentral gyrus, central sulcus, precentral gyrus or primary motor cortex, and the post-central gyrus or primary somatosensory cortex. Okay. You can see here the tip is the primary visual cortex and then the association cortex. And in orange, the primary auditory cortex, and in yellow, the association auditory cortex. Cerebellum. I'm going to remove these. I'm going to remove this portion there. Okay. I'm going to remove this one. So from here, you can see this grayish area, which here is being colored. Here has been colored on that area. The cerebral cortex, and these are the projection fibers. That is the projection fibers. In this structure here, you are missing here this part here. You want something that goes here, that has those lines there. That will be the corpus callosum. Just superiorly to the corpus callosum will be the cingulate gyrus, which is this one here. Cingulate gyrus. And then we'll remove that. If the corpus callosum was here, and then inferiorly to the corpus callosum we remove, we'll see the septum pellucidum, which is medially to the anterior horns of the lateral ventricle, separating the two there.
It's supposed to have it. That's probably what was still sitting there. Yeah, it's supposed to have it. It says right here.
Okay, if we separate these, we see this is the fornix. Okay, this is the fornix. And you see that it continues down here. The hippocampus, the hippocampus, and the dentate gyrus. Parahippocampus, hippocampus, and the dentate gyrus. And they continue with the fornix portion down there, which is inferiorly to the septum pellucidum. And it has this bulgy structure. It's supposed to have a bulgy structure here, where it will be the amygdala body. This area is the primary olfactory cortex in the temporal lobe. And then here, superior view. This is anterior, this is posterior. This is the lateral view. So the insular lobe, right? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to remove the cortex of the insula. And so we have the fibers on the internal capsule running down. And then we have this structure here, which is the lentiform nucleus. And so lentiform nucleus, we can remove it from here. And the lentiform nucleus contains two areas, a bright red area and a dark red area, separated by this line here. So the bright red is the putamen, and the dark red is the globus pallidus. And then we can remove this part here.
So what does that do?
Okay, the basal nuclei, the whole thing has to do with movements that are automatic,
okay.
Like at the walking thing.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. Just like natural.
Right. How long it takes you to be able to coordinate the movements of doing like this and doing like that, right? then you need to train your basal nuclei to come out with that kind of movement. So that's what the basal nuclei actually do. And then we took this one, we go around in a C shape, the caudate nucleus, and the three are the basal nuclei. Okay. And then immediately to all that basal nuclei, you see this bulgy structure here, which is your thalamus. Okay, your thalamus. When I remove the whole thing here, okay, and we go look to the inside, we see a space. Here is the thalamus, this bulgy part here. But here is the space of the third ventricle. And then this bulgy structure is the thalamus, and this little thing is the interthalamic adhesion. The space where the cerebral aqueduct was, and the space where the fourth ventricle was there. Oh, before I forget that, let me put it back. So this was the superior view, and from the posterior view, you have the pineal gland, and then these four bulgy structures are the corpora quadrangimina. The two on the top is the superior collicula, the two on the bottom are the inferior collicula. And then you see these lines here, those are the, this line here, those are the cerebral peduncles. Okay. Notice the shape, diamond shape of the fourth ventricle. So that's the posterior side. The anterior side, you will have the cerebral peduncles here. Okay. You have the mammillary bodies, this green structure here. The pons, the medulla. You have this bulgy structure here are the pyramids. You see these lines here. If you can do a close-up there, you will see some lines there. That is the decussation of the pyramids. So these two bulgy structures are the pyramids. This bulgy structure over here, and it looks like a pinkish, those are the olives. Okay, I already showed you this part here. Let's go to this part. So this is the lateral ventricle, superior, anterior, posterior, and inferior horn. Here is the foramen of Monro connecting the lateral ventricle to the third ventricle. The third ventricle has that opening where the interthalamic adhesion goes. The third ventricle is very skinny, right? Very skinny. And then you see that the third ventricle connects through the cerebral aqueduct to the fourth ventricle down here.
Oh, it's over there. It's over there. Parietal is the purple.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Okay.